All right. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, Khan Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there who pushing his word with our truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And a couple of brothers back from the Great Millstone Houston camp. I'm the brother Korah Abad, and we got the beloved Taza Pai as well, and the Wadi Bashim Al Shai for blessings with another chance, another opportunity to come out and push this word to prophesy. Because really the prophets, I was kind of considering this early, but really the prophets are your true newscasters. The prophets are really the ones that tell you about the times. How you got the people they say, with the meteorologists, a chance of rain, they tell you about the weather. You know what? The prophets, we all here to tell you the times that we in, man. That's why the Lord sent the Holy Spirit down, so people can understand one what's about to happen. That's gonna lead up to our Lord Jehovah Shah coming. And the only thing that's gonna take place is judgment from here on out. And it's beautiful because the times we in, which is not to the actual judgment yet, but we seeing the beginning stages of it. We seeing the things being formed to bring Jacob's trouble, to bring a digital system, right? To begin World War III. So it's an exciting time we're living in, a lot happening. It could be overwhelming at times looking at the news, listening to brothers' videos with so much going on. But that's why Yahweh Shai said, pray that we able to escape all these things. But before we hop into it, Tazapar, the floor is yours. If you had anything.
Khan. Khan. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 4. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, what doest thou? Whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. All right. Verse 6 says, because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Therefore, the misery of man is great upon him. All right. And especially the Edomite man. But
Mm-hmm.
right, it says where the word of a king is, there is power. All right. And we are presenting you with the words of the king. All right. Through his power, the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And as the brother was saying, this, if you really want to know what's going on, not only in the earth, but spiritually, you have to tune in to the prophets. All right. Because those are the ones, according to Amos. I'm gonna grab that real quick and let you have it. So going to Amos chapter 3. All right. And verse 6, it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord hath not done it? Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets. All right. And when we drop these secrets, that's the news. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the north, east, west, and south. That's actually a nautical term, news. That's why they give you an anchorman. And
Man,
all
that's
of these
cold.
other terms, right, go back to the high seas. Those are nautical terms.
Mm-hmm.
But right, a wise man's heart would discern both time and judgment. All right. So it would be wise, if you know the time that you're in, to check in with Great Millstone. All right. And I'm not talking us, I'm talking the body of Yahweh Shah. All right. To stay tuned in and locked in. Because we're going to need that shadow of the Almighty with what's coming. There's no other way out of this. Fuck what Oprah talking about. She's juiced in. All right. She's obedient to her paymasters when she sat up there and said that, her sweet Jesus is not the only way. And there's a partial truth to that because Yahweh Shai is the way. but she was going against the scriptures in, you know, in its entirety. But anyway, right. We in these times, things are moving fast and it's hard to keep up. Hey, you have to do your own research and your own work, but we here to put you on the right path. So with that being said, you got it.
I got one quick one because one of the articles we're gonna touch on, and again, we don't have a lot in this lesson. We know we just kind of flow with the spirit. But one of the things that we will touch on, Lord willing, is the coming censorship and hate speech that they pushing for hard in 2025. Now I got
Oh
this
yeah,
deal.
that's
Mhm.
right.
And they got this deal going down right now called the Digital Services Act in the EU. Now, you know, a lot of what the EU or NATO may do, America often adopt that as well because they all are part of the beast. You know, well, you know, that whore, she's sitting on the beast. You know, also you got America, they trying to put it out there. Lord willing, we get into that here in a few. But now they're trying to go digital as if they're keeping up with China or race with China. But the point is
Yep.
the Elder Taza was saying, it's important for each one of us to get this truth for our own selves. Make sure we rooted and grounded going into this time. Now, we ain't gonna touch on this article now. I just want to read this real quick because the time will come to where we wake up and listen to videos today, and tomorrow they might not be there. Hey, and check this out. So, like, we're getting a little excited. So, I had this article, as we're gonna touch on this right at the top. I had this article and I sent it to myself before I left work. This was around like maybe, I don't know, 3, 2 something, right? I went to the article as me and you was getting on. Check this out. It's gone. It was on Natural News, no longer available, can't be found. Now, what it was going into is censorship and how the WEF spoke at their thing. And I wish I had the video, but the WEF spoke at the Davos meeting saying that anti-small hatism, if y'all know, if y'all should know what I'm talking about, right?
Hmm.
Anti-small hatism, they was going to use that to bring on censorship and hate speech. And that was one of the things for 2025. But the point is, I read this article today, and I kind of want to hold on. Look, I'm gonna show y'all. Let me pull up. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. I'm gonna show me and you real quick. I'm gonna get my email. Right now, I sent this earlier. I read the article myself earlier. Matter of fact, I even got a screenshot of my phone or the point I wanted to get because you know what they brought up in the article at the Tazapar. Check this out.
Mm.
The seditions, the Aliens and Enemies and
Okay.
Seditions Act, and
Okay.
said that was one of the things that could be brung. Let me see if I could. All right, hold on. I screenshotted this earlier. Let me see if I can play it right here. So this from the article you see on Natural News, an article I had earlier. Now you see right there it says, with this sentiment, I'm reading the second paragraph. With this sentiment, it is well intentioned. It raises troubling questions about the role of government in policing speech. History, come on, man. It says history is replete with examples of governments using moral panics to justify censorship and surveillance, from the Alien and Seditions Act of 1798 and the Patriot Act of 2001. And it says the expansion of state power in the name of protecting citizens has often come at the expense of individual freedoms. The point is, we had that queued up earlier, but as we started the lesson, going through what we was going to talk about, check this out. It's already gone. It's off the website.
Hmm.
But that's just an example. Like I say right here, the EU got this thing, mandates 24-hour removal of hate speech. The point is, going back to this precept, what Elder Tazapah said, and I kind of want to go to my email, but I don't want to put my email out there to show I sent it earlier. Like,
Oh, that guy that they locked up,
mm-hmm,
talking about something to do with Trump getting the
mm-hmm.
bullet or something. Jake, got locked up for something he said online. No, but go ahead, go ahead. Oh, that's him right there.
Yeah, that's him right there. Lord willing,
Okay.
we kind of get to it. But I just want to get a precept, now backing off what you said, the importance of getting this word now, listening to the true newscasters right now, the prophets. Because the time will come, it could be within 24 hours that it could be gone. The second Ezra chapter 16 And verse 37, it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when a child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. The world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Now, I wanted to start that because the Lord said plagues about to come quick, and they're going to be back to back as if a woman was giving birth with those contractions. Now, the reason he told us plagues coming, or should I say what I'm about to read now, it says, verse 40, so, O my people, now that we know plagues are coming, it says, O my people, hear my word. And that's what Elder Tazapah was saying. Right now, it's time to get the word. If it's any, topic, a brother or sister out there may be weekend or prophecy, you may be, go look at them videos right now where you got the opportunity to. You ain't just got to look at the gossip ones, the so on and so forth, somebody getting rebuked or whatever it may be. No, go look at the ones that you may need, that you may be weak in right now while it's still up. Because it's been some videos that I even put on watch later, went to watch it later, and it ain't even that no more. It says, oh, my people, hear my word. And what's the point of hearing the word now? Next step says, and make you ready to die battle, so we can be prepared before all these things take place. So when the internet do go out, then it's in our spirit. It's in our spirit. And it says, and in those evils be even as pilgrims on the earth. But that was it, Elder Tazapah. We can hop into it if you ain't had nothing else.
No, we can get into it.
All right. So, again, we ain't got much, but we'll flow with the spirit. But first, I want to highlight this. We may play a little bit of it here in this lesson, if the Lord said the same. But Elder Yashawamba and Elder Yashawamba and Elder Ariala, they just did a lesson, and it says news and prophecy, DEI, Trump, and the snares of the wicked. Edifying lesson. They went into a lot, so I'm gonna put this in the chat so y'all can check it out. Let's see, so y'all can check it out. But we may highlight that. But we'll go ahead and play this video at the Tazapah because you made some great points. As we was talking before this, and Baba Kasha, they're able to come out again. But we'll play this video from Gerald Celente. Now it says Trump, President of the United States or King of the world. Now I don't know if you want to kind of speak on it a little bit first, Elder Tazapah, give it an overview, or you just want to go ahead and play it.
Well, I just say this, because Gerald he does the trends forecast, and he just going into as he always does, straight, no chaser, straightforward. But what he's going into, as we was talking, where he sees, his job, what he does is he casts the trends. All right. We talked about newscasting, or he does a trend casting. And so the trend that he's casting, it's very interesting. And it just raised some antennas for me. And I'll let you know why. But you could play maybe half, if not more of it, to get to the meat of it. But okay. Yeah, he really it needs no introduction or explanation. He can explain it better than I can. But yeah, you got it out.
Okay, so it's put out 2 days ago. Let me make sure the sound on.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Today, January 28th, 2025. And your new Trends Journal's out. And here's the cover. It'll be out soon. Trump, President of the United States, or King of the world. Yep. Hey, I'm in charge. I'm in charge. I got a lot of information in there in your Trends Journal. But anyway, let's look at the stock markets today. The Dow, NASDAQ, S&P 500, they all went up after a lousy yesterday. Yep, because of that DeepSeek, that Chinese artificial intelligence AI that You could get your stuff a lot cheaper with much cheaper chips, and cost them hardly anything to put the thing like $6 million to make it. While the other ones with NVIDIA, you need those very expensive chips. So this is very serious. So the Dow gained, let's see, the S&P 1%, and the Dow was up 134 points, or 0.3%. And the NASDAQ was up 2%. Yesterday it was down over 3%. And they say all eyes are on NVIDIA. The stock rose 7%. It lost 17% yesterday. Almost $600 billion in value. The biggest loss in value in the history of the stock market, part one and part two. Again, this startup, DeepSeek, unveiled a free open source large language model that it says took less than $6 million to build with cheaper and less advanced chips. So what does this mean? We were the first magazine to forecast the dot-com bust. It's right there. When it used to be a quarterly, in the fall of 1999, we said it would crash by the second quarter of 2000, which it did in March. We said this dot-com, this whole AI is real. It's going to keep expanding. Trends are born, they grow, they mature, reach old age, and die. This thing was just really born, about 2 years ago. But a whole new game. One of your top trends this year is wildcard. We said there are going to be a lot of wild cards this year that could affect the equity markets. And the wild card was just played out of China. Yep. It was just played out of China with DeepSeek. We could have the dot-com bust. As we have also been saying, as you all know, they're investing in all these companies in AI. Are they going to be over-investing in them? And now they've over-invested in a lot of them. We could be on the verge of a dot-com bust. And if the dot-com bust busts, the equity markets are going to crash, the global economy is going to crash, and there's nothing that they can do to prop it up, other than what they always do, make up something. But what they do after the dot-com bust?
That's pretty much the point. So, yeah, as we were speaking before the live stream started, I mentioned Psalm 60 and verse 8, which says, Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia triumph thou because of me. All right, and the point is, all right, of course, Moab being the Lord's washpot here. Okay, and as Apostle Tahar brought out years ago, how the Most High was going to use Moab, who today you know to be the China, as he mentioned. The Most High is going to use them to clean this place out, and we see it being done on every level. They're buying up landmarks and natural parks, and there's things that you wouldn't even thought could be sold. Now it's owned by China. And now we see, right, NVIDIA, I saw a headline this morning, NVIDIA, Wall Street's darling, has crashed, something to that effect. But they called it Wall Street's darling because, right, exactly what Gerald said. Everybody was investing in these companies based on NVIDIA. Well, this whole market, and that's why Gerald he's comparing it to the dot-com. This is like a newly sprang up, what you call it, Slovakia industry. That all of these, even Trump. This is why you see Musk and Trump with these tech guys. That's how heavily invested they are. And they all launching these coins. Trump put his coins out there. And it's funny how the Most High used the IUIC to come out that Nero had a coin back in ancient Rome and was forcing people to worship it.
Man.
And now here Trump, he putting out, you know, he got gold coins and he's invested in his own crypto coin, as well as his wife, and as well as Barron and his other sons. They're all invested in this crypto scheme. You know, and I don't know how it's gonna play out. Are the elite gonna fuck them in the end? Pardon my French, but or is this all just a stage? Or is it gonna be will it be double crosses? Will it be triple crosses? But right, like Gerald is saying, this is big. If it dropped, or right, he said it dropped 17%. 17%, and lost almost 600 billion in value. That's crazy. That means there's all type of money tied into this. And then here China, like you said, with an upstart, crashed they shit. Because they did it better and cheaper. Right, so that's just letting you know who the elites are backing. That ain't just China coming up. That's because the elites have invested in China. America is getting ready to be a prison, an entire prison state. And the people gonna do the mining of their lithium and all this other shit. That's why Trump said, "Oh, we gonna drill, baby, drill," and all this shit. But this has the potential to be huge, whether it's another .com bust or what it does have a lot of similarities, you know. But hey, we just have to watch this and see. I go to that in second there's 15 dealing with Asia.
That's 15 or 16. I think that's 16.
I was thinking 15, it could be 16.
Yeah, I think it's 16.
But yeah, it's letting you know that China would be a major player in these last days. And this is what we see.
Let me see.
They just fucked up Wall Street with an upstart with cheap chips. Like you just said, cheap chips. And fucked up all ESOP chips. You got it? Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, I don't know if this the one. It might be in 16. That will be unto thee Babylon in Asia.
Well, yeah. It says, thou that art partaker of a hope. It's like toward the end of the chapter. Let me find it right quick.
I got it. It's 2nd Esdras 15 yours, right? It's a login.
Okay, come on. I get it right every once in a while.
Okay. It's 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 46. Right, 2nd Esdras 15 and 46. It says, "And thou, Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person."
Yeah, Asia, of course, you know, that's China. Go through it one more time.
God. 2nd Esdras 15 and 46. "And thou, Asia, that are partaker of the hope of Babylon."
Partaker of the hope of Babylon. Babylon's hope is to take over the world. That's going back to the tower with Nimrod, bringing everybody together under one banner, you know, making everybody one. That's the whole shit with Babylon, to rule the world under one, under Satan, which is today going down disguised as AI. All right. But it's the same shit. So China as I was saying, the elites have invested in China. So this is why they're shining right now. Because there's no way they could have shined over America except America be systematically destroyed from within. And this has been going on since the 80s. Shit, since the 70s, since Carter. Nixon might, you know, hey, well, yeah, JFK tried, you know, to stand on the side of the people, but you see where that got him. But most presidents since then, well, shit, all presidents since then, been bought out and juiced in. So America has been systematically being destroyed since the 60s. And you can probably go back further than that, but you know, just for the sake of this argument, let's say since the 60s. And so here we are now. You got people, you know, in the world out here, they don't even know what moral values look like, you know, being acted out. People are strange today, weird. But this used to be, it's right in the scriptures. Now, I'm going to read it real quick. All right. I believe Gerald, I believe he may be on to something with that. But I'm going to go here to Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. This place was once great. So how do you go from being sought after a once great country to this massive piece of shit that we see today? It has to be done from within. But going back, Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. All right. So Babylon, that's America. America had at one time been a golden cup in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai's hand. All right. And the Most High always had, you know, this place set for prophecy. And it has served its purpose. And just about run its course and soon to be destroyed. I'm talking about the entirety of North America. It says, reading on verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. This is how it's going to happen. All right. Now, as the priest Karabad always go into, the warnings that you're going to get are the prophets, you know, and these contractions that are taking place throughout the world. And you would know what those contractions are if you get into the scriptures. You know, you can go to 2nd Ezra 15, as well as chapter 16. Go into Matthew chapter 24. What is it, Luke 12 or Luke 13? But, you know, the same thing when the Lord, you know, the disciples asked the Lord, how would they know when he returned? And he said, it's going to be uproars. It's going to be, you know, labor pains in the earth. And so, yeah, it says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. So it's going to happen quick. All right. Us telling you this is the warning. The prophets are the early warning system. As soon as it's going to be, they're going to spring the trap. So it says, howl for her pain. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone, into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. So, right, it's no help for America where we are. It's set to be destroyed. All right. The Most High is using China and will use Russia as well. That's prophesied. But go ahead, go ahead.
Nah, that's it. Going into that model. Remember Klaus Schwab said a while back, and not just him, but a lot of global leaders. I read this real quick. It says Klaus Schwab proclaims China a role model for many nations.
Right. Yep. Yep.
It says China is a role model for many countries, according to WEF boss Klaus Schwab in a recent interview. Now, this was 2012. It says with Chinese state media, he says, I think we should be very careful in imposing systems. Schwab added, but the Chinese model is certainly a very attractive model for quite a number of nations. And you know, China, again, it's a surveillance state. They got, man, we played a video a couple of times, that same like 3-minute video just on the Thursday Live on how everything is tracked. A social credit system is set up in China. You know, everything is tracked and a social credit system is set up in China. So, and
Yep.
you know, I ain't got the timestamp because I was watching it. I don't have the timestamp because I was watching his live or the Yashawambanam video, but that's what Elder Ariala was going into. And then it's the spirit of the Tazapah, because you was talking about it before we started this lesson, and you ain't see their lesson yet. But how they trying to fake a race, Esau trying to fake a race with China as if they trying to overpass China in technology and so on and so forth, but they really just need to bring in that digital system.
Yeah. And like I was saying, China's they're gonna take the forefront in this. That, like you said, they are the model. So they already set up, ready to go. So they are set to be the model. And everybody else will follow suit soon. You know?
Need to catch
But
up.
yeah, brother, you got it.
Let me see if I can play this real quick. Elder Ariala video and Elder Yashawamba. Let's see. And then I want to get a precept because it's in 2nd Ezra 15, and it's going to say that when these nations begin to have a race to surpass one another, that's when World War III and all hell go break loose. We right here. What a video at? Let's play it. Turn it up.
Communist, which redistributes resources through a communist and socialist program. That's the model.
Now, that's something that I've been telling everybody on the algorithms for over 10 years now, that the model of the global economy that the West is moving to is the Chinese template. The Chinese template, which was used as an enemy, is now the standard that we need to catch up to. We have to get ahead of our enemy. So we have to chase the model of Chinese surveillance state, communist, socialist capitalism. We have to chase that model because we don't want them to beat us. Oh my gosh, DeepSeek. Oh, the economy's going to crash. How did they figure this out? We got to do it faster. And when you look at China, it's a complete surveillance state where the government controls most of society, and then there's limited pockets of capitalism and you know, so-called capitalism. They're gonna do that, but what's gonna happen when that comes along? Absolute chaos and mayhem.
Yep, tyranny.
Yep. And out of that chaos and mayhem, they do that, but what's gonna happen when it comes along? Absolute chaos and mayhem.
Yep, tyranny.
See, now that goes right into this precept in 2nd Ezra 15. In the GNT, I'm gonna get this in the GNT because, you know, as Elder Tazapah said, the Elder Ariala just went into as well. And again, that video in the chat if you haven't seen it yet. But once America try to do what China doing, that ain't just gonna work well over here with these citizens. But a fight for who gonna be the leader of this digital age, that's gonna lead to World War III. That's gonna lead to chaos. And it's in the scriptures. This 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14 in the GNT. It says, the world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring the destruction is very near. That's World War III. It says nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. Now check this out. Verse 16 is the point. So as World War III is ramping up and is becoming very near, it says this would also go be happening at that time, right? Verse 16, and there will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. What's a legitimate government? That's the old way of doing things when it was on the books, right? The Constitution. And you see what Trump trying to take away, and the IRS and all those old ways. No, we going digital now. We got a race.
Yeah, everything changing. You're right.
Everything. Salaki, that's why you got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
But it's in the scriptures. That's prophecy, and we seeing this happen. We seeing this happen. Yeah, let's read that again. 2 Ezra 15 and 16 in the GNT.
There will be what? Right quick. Musk just said we don't even need to invest in real estate. There's no point in investing in real estate no more. And I knew what he was saying, but they want everybody hoarded up and locked into AI in the cyber world. So yeah, he was saying how it's really a waste to invest in real estate because everything is changing. But yeah, you got it.
And too, other times that's on some of those movies. For example, like Ready Player One.
A bunch of them. Hell yeah. Yeah. Speak on it.
Kind of what they'll do, just like the lockdowns, everybody's in the house, they needed something to do in the house. Well, now say if it do happen, it's go around. If they try it, again, we're in new times, it might not even get that far. Anything could happen. But the point is, on some of those movies, outside of the people's house is nothing but chaos, a dystopian society, right? But in the house, they got these goggles, or this digital system, advanced technology to keep them in the house and keep them put. So although they don't have nothing, life is just chaos outside the world. They okay, like Klaus Schwab said, own nothing but being happy with technology, right? Being in the metaverse.
And what did his boy say? Yuval, I forget his name.
Yuval Noah Harari.
Harari. He said the problem now becomes, what do we do with all of these people? Like, he put people here on the earth. But he's saying, like, now we got the AI and all of this. What do we do with the people? And he said, do we give them video games and drugs? But yeah, Esau really got a real God complex. What do we do with the people? Leave them the fuck alone. That's what you do with them.
Yeah, that's right.
How about that? But go ahead. I can't wait till Psalm 149, brother.
Man, I'm telling you. This the devil we're talking about. It's the devil right here. And I mind you, he a spicy skittle.
Yeah, look fragile. Talking all that shit.
Yep, rainbow flag supporter. Look, him and his mate. Come on, man. See, Esau got proud. This little dude, bro, with that man. Well, they ain't his person, but he do got a friend. I think that's him right there, his friend. When we was younger, when I was younger, say, somebody was, like to save sex, your parents would try to disguise. So, well, that's so-and-so friend. No.
Yeah. People, let me tell you about my best friend. Yeah.
But no, it's just I feel you at the times apart because you feel some type of way. These Edomites, they're proud. This little weak, fragile dude, Yuval Noah Harari, got that much pride. And I mind y'all, Salaki, for getting excited. This the same one that said, we not afraid of the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible don't affect us. He said, so back then, if the God of the Bible got, and which I mind you, y'all should get mad too, because he talking about our power, Yahweh. You see, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. But he said, we're not afraid of the God of the Bible. In the Bible, when the God of the Bible got mad, he had sent a drought. And he said, well, now we ain't worried about that. We can make our own water. You see how proud these devils are? And that's I said that pretty much verbatim. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Go look that up. That's what he said. Mhm.
And that pride it transfers to the people. All right. And the people don't even know that all of this is being set up as a prison planet for us, but they gonna make these promises. Yeah, we can do this, we can do that. As the scriptures say, um, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, as well as in Revelation, the 13th chapter, about his miracles. And people gonna be all into it. Oh yeah, that's fantastic and marvelous. And you know what shit yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I'm gonna
wait on
finish
that
this
one.
real quick just to show this race to a digital system that's gonna lead to Jacob's trouble really kickstarting in World War III. So this is prophecy. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 14 again in the GNT. It says the world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. That's World War III. And again, as World War III is near, this what else go happen or will be happening at the same time. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. In verse 16, and this is what we seeing. And there will be great political turmoil. 2024, that was in America, that was full of political turmoil. Biden,
Oh, yeah.
Trump, and with the Ukraine and Russia and full of political turmoil. But now it says there will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. They ain't worried about what's on paper no more. The old way of doing things. These nations really try, and that's what really gonna get America caught up. They're gonna get too proud and do too much. Not even and see Trump, he coming in, he doing anything and signing anything. Not even considering people ain't looking at you as they was the first term Trump. They don't feel the same about you. They don't feel the same about America, period. Things have changed since you've been gone. And according to prophecy, allies, they might be backdooring America, and America don't even know. It said they're gonna talk good to you, and you ain't gonna know it. That's in Obadiah. But it says there will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. So as this race for a digital system comes, this is what it's going to lead to. It says, verse 17, and there will be no longer free access to the cities. That's why. Because the struggle for power, the race who's going to be the leader of the digital world, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live, driven by famine and terrible suffering, and people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. This race to who's going to be the leader of the digital world, this digital system, is going to lead to all chaos breaking out. And that's what the elder just said on the vid. You see? But
Yep.
other than that, you have someone that Tazapar?
Yep. No, you got it.
Okay, Con. So we could start winding it down, hitting on this again, going back to what the elder started with before the lesson, or at the beginning of the lesson. How it's important to get this information now, man. Now, because the time could come where it could be gone tomorrow. And according to this article right here, now this came out January 23rd, 2025. So 5 days ago. And it's from reclaim.net. And I'm gonna put these in the description box if I got to, Salakia. But it says European Commission expands censorship law enforcement, mandates 24-hour removal of hate speech. That's how quick they could take down if they doing this. And again, what is hate speech? To them, the main threat will be what the prophets are saying. The point is these things could be going, and look, 24 hours, they could do it in minutes. Brothers get videos deleted in minutes. Matter of fact, we was gonna go into an article about how they was going to use, they spoke about this at the Davos meeting. Let me see if I can read y'all the title. You can see it right here. Well, look, you see in the title what it is, the bar right there. It says naturalnews.com 2025 130. It was put out today. Censorship in the name of anti-small hatism, and it was saying how it's going to pretty much lead to not a famine or the word, but things being taken off the internet. And before we can even get to it, they already took this one off the internet. just to show how quick things can happen. But let me read it a little bit into this one. It says the EU tightens censorship with the Digital Service Acts, ramping up hate speech laws and fact-checking measures targeting online speech. It says after years of relentless online censorship carried out by the US tech giants, often it now appears via third parties and at the behest of governments, including their own, things are starting to look a little up. Because, you know, Trump, what he pushing, and I know that Elder Ariala spoke about that as well, he trying to make it seem like he bringing in more freedom. You know, he want the people to you know, more freedom, but really in disguise, he bringing in a digital system, a more surveilled system. But he pushing it off as if this is going to benefit the people. You're going to have your own freedoms. But it says, but over in the Europe, the EU is involved in sometimes frenzied attempts to at least maintain the status quo regarding suppression of free speech, and now preparing to ramp up the use of legal tools it has prepared over the previous years. Above all, the Digital Services Act, the DSA, rejected by critics as the bloc's censorship law. Now, again, I know this in Europe, but remember, a lot of things that happen in Europe eventually take place in America. Remember that, you know, as the scriptures say, America came from Europe. You know, how her mother was going to be, you know, I think it said, I forget what it said, not disappointed.
Ashamed.
Shame, you know, but eventually the things that something like America take on what everybody do that they could gain more control, what other nations do that allow them to gain more control within their government. America eventually take that on as well, just like what they're doing with China, you know. But let's see, I'm gonna jump down because there was a point up in here, I think.
I got that right quick if you want it.
You got it.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 12. Your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. So yeah, that mother is in reference to Britain, with the U.S. came out of, declared its independence from. But yeah, you got it, brother.
Yep. So the point is, a child usually do what the parents do. So America eventually gonna come with censorship too. I'm gonna read a little bit of this. It says, and while Verkunen denied that the DSA is any kind of censorship law, she swiftly went on to outline how it can be used to censor content, stating that if speech is illegal, check this out, stating that if speech is illegal on the grounds of promoting hate offline, the DSA now also makes it illegal and eligible for removal online. So again, they about to outlaw things that you can't, for the prophets, we offline, in person, on the streets. They would say our message is hateful, which is just truth. That's the law word, you know? But also not just offline, but you have a lot more freedoms online than you do that you could, you know, say and do things in person. That's why they call them Twitter fingers nowadays, right? You know, keyboard warriors. Because you can say more online than you can in person. So the point is, now they're saying it ain't just in person. No, we cutting off online too.
Oh, definitely. You heard the new, I believe it's the new press secretary. You heard what she was saying about now they're gonna open it up for social media and other media platforms. You know, they what in Biden's administration, they had was Karine Jean-Pierre, the black chick, and she would address, you know, the press. So now she's saying that they're gonna allow social media to come in and ask questions. Well, this is letting you know they're not gonna do that without regulation and oversight. So it's about to get heavily regulated. I'm already seeing on WhatsApp, they asking me about AI shit. And I don't want nothing to do with the AI. You know, so we really here with all of this censorship. And like Whitney Webb was saying, it's going to be an implementation. A lot of it will be self-censorship because they're going to make you aware that they're always watching. And you will know that you're always being watched. So that'll institute a form of self. Like we do it anyway. On YouTube, we do it. We curb what we say because we know that they watching, they listening. So we use code, which I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just showing you how it's already being done. People self-censor already. And this is how this shit works. And all of this is coming. Real quick, Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 21. It says that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reprove it in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. All right. And we are the just. And nobody asked us. I like the original YouTube when it first came out. Nobody asked us. Google came in, bought the shit, and said, this is how it's going now. And if you say something I don't like, your ass is out of here. We don't never get a say. We don't have any reps. The Lord say he was going to make us a no people. If you want to know what that looked like, look at the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And the Latins are not as bad as, the Negroes, because some of them, they do have a little representation, like down in South and Central America, these heads of state and stuff. But for the most part, we don't have any representation. We don't call any shots or even have a say so. Nobody lend us a listening ear. So right, this is what's going on. They are making a man an offender for a word. Now this goes into Revelation 13 and 11, which talks about that beast that came up out of the earth having two horns like a lamb, yet he spake like a dragon. All right, that's America. Again, America with the two-party governmental structure of Republican and Democrats. Those are the two horns. And then speaking like a dragon is this. We're supposed to have free speech here. But now you're making a man an offender for a word, for his own opinion. That's draconian. That's what that means. Speak as a dragon means implementing draconian measures where you can extract the harshest punishments upon people for not even really doing shit, not even breaking, for the least of infractions. And this system has been set up. They just showing it to you now. I mean, it's been in place, but now they just showing it to you. Like I said last week, you see Trump signing all them executive orders when he get in the bid, and after his inauguration, when he got into the office, that's what you would call that, ceremony. That's ceremony. He ain't signing shit. I mean, he's signing it, but it's just for show. The calls have already been made. Right. They just want you to feel like you watching something, and he doing something. And, oh yeah, we elected Trump. Now look at him go. Look at Trump go, boy. He working that pen and make you feel like you done got something for your vote. Mm-hmm. But this shit it's already been decided. And they just want to let you know, okay, yeah, we're enacting this executive order, and we're enacting this. Trump signed this one, and Trump signed that one, and they just activate. He ain't doing shit by signing it. The elite have already called this. All right, and America is under a fire sale. I mean, grab what you can and go for those who know. And that's what you see with the elites. Um, go ahead. Go ahead.
Kind, I want to, because what you just said, how they go eventually take away speech that's an opinion, but that's actually in the UN, and this was put out January 23rd, 5 days ago, January 23rd, 2025. This from the actual UN site. It says the United Nations, or one of their brother sites, so to speak, United Nations System Staff College. It says new UN course on addressing hate speech launched. So they launched it. They going with it. And I'm gonna just jump down. I put all this in the description box too. So it's there. The articles we're gonna touch on. I'm gonna just jump down. Check this out. It says through 3 interactive lessons, engaging content and practical tools, participants will learn to. So this is what they go learn on how to combat hate speech, recognize hate speech, and the importance of addressing it. Check this out, Taza Pod, this is what you said. And distinguish speech that is protected by freedom of opinion and expression from speech that constitutes excitement to discrimination, hostility, or other violence. Now they're saying they're gonna try to separate it, but for now, I'm speaking as a man here. But the point is, again, even going to that Seditions Act, it's no opinions in that day.
Yeah,
it's no opinions because Slop, you got it.
Yeah. No, you go ahead, brother. You cooking.
Because the people opinions go be towards what they doing. People opinions go be towards what's going on. So therefore, they can't just let anybody say nothing. But they go eventually come for not just illegal speech, as they would call it, but also opinions, man. And it says, and not just that, look, and identifying the actors involved in addressing and countering hate speech. They go, the prophets. They're gonna look for it. Who the ones that's saying these things. But that's the plan.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's a plan that's ramping up in 2025. You got to do it, Taza Pod.
No, I did have to reiterate this, man, that one of the first things you do at war is cut communications. Like we was talking beforehand, that all this push behind TikTok and all of that is the censorship. That's a part of it, but why the censorship? Because they want to isolate, have everybody as isolated as possible. Countries as a whole, down to individuals. But they want everybody isolated to where there can be no free exchange and flow of ideas and thoughts, and especially the truth circulating. They especially can't have that. But right with the banning of TikTok, and Trump said he was going to postpone it. He's going to put it on pause for 90 days and till they get to find somebody to buy it or whatever. And then this dude O'Rourke said he would buy it, but they want China's algorithm. That's really why ain't nobody jumped on it. China's not selling the algorithm. But they want to buy it and own it so they can control it. So WhatsApp about to be controlled, heavily monitored. Of course, YouTube. All this other. I'm just waiting to see how long they're going to allow Telegram to keep going. But I'm looking for them to get rid of Telegram, or at least heavily, restricted. But this is the way that things are going in isolation, because they want to come in and do what they want to do with impunity, and not have people reporting on what they're doing. It's what they're doing in Palestine. This is why they're talking about the anti-Shemites or Shemitism. That's why they're talking about that, because they don't want people knowing about the travesties and the genome that's going on over there. They don't want you to know. So they say, oh no, don't say that. Don't say free, you know, free, you know what I'm talking about. And no, don't no them people good, them some good people, them sombrero poquitos. Those are good folks, you know. So this is what this is about, and that's where it's going. They want to come in and do you dirty and not have nobody to know about it.
Let's go.
But yeah, this you got it. You got it. I'm thinking about the scripture. Go ahead.
Now it's on time. Thawadi Yabashim Shah. So, because you said the first step to attacking people is cutting them off, isolating the people. Now
Isolation. Yeah.
It brought back a quote from remember that movie Leave the World Behind?
Right. Yeah.
So, and remember that you had the Jake, the father of the family. You had Jake who had some insiders or people he knew that knew what was going on, and he told the person in the car the steps on attack, and the Lord allowed me to find it through the Spirit. So check this out. This is the steps to attack, and this is what we're seeing. The first step.
Oh, you pulled it up. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. All right.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna read this. It says, after all, this is only what GH, a financier with higher profile clients in the U.S. government, and that's talking about the so-called black dude, right, has speculated would happen. A client in the defense sector had warned GH of the possibility of disruptive three-stage maneuver by harmful state actors, says Iran, China, Russia are one of America's geopolitical rivals to destabilize the country. So this was what the steps was. Or I'm gonna throw this one in there. Or if America want to fake something and do some of their own to their own citizens. But this is the first step. It says cyber attacks, isolating people with power and satellite outages, cutting off communication. Or famine of the word.
Yeah.
Step 2. Step 2 says sowing synchronized chaos. What the DHS and the FBI just came out and said, 2025 is going to be more things like New Orleans, like what happened on Bourbon Street. Synchronized chaos. Oh, and remember the white woman, she said the same thing. Remember we played that the ex-CIA agent?
And right, I forget her name. I know you talking about. I know exactly what you talking about.
Man, it was so, man. But she said, if brothers or sisters who the brothers who be on here, if y'all remember, not to say the sisters don't remember. I was just about to say, brothers, throw it in the comment if y'all know what comment section if y'all know what I'm talking about. But it was we played this ex-CIA lady, and I know even Elder Manataz Akbar, he posted the video of it too. And what she was saying is that the CIA, and I believe she used the word synchronized, if I'm not mistaken. But some she said was that they already had organized events that was going to take place. And the guy asked her, would it be like all these events going to take place like just in different states on the same day at the same time? She said, no, it's going to be different days, multiple things a day. But it's all going to be planned. Well, that's step 2. That's step 2 right here. Synchronized chaos with what? With misinformation campaigns such as the leaflet drone, and look, drones, leaflet drones drops observed by Clay on the road when they drop those red
flyers and shit.
Flyers with Iranian writing on it. But the point is push misinformation out there.
Yeah, putting that misinfo. And that's what they've been pushing. We got to combat misinformation, and they the one putting it out. But yeah, brother, go ahead.
And what that's going to lead to? The third step, civil war. Jacob's trouble, civil war. Because if the target nation was dysfunctional enough, which that's going to be America, it would, in essence, do the work for you. Whoever started this wants us to finish it. The point is, and that's what, man, brother's been saying, that things are being prepared around you. The sword is being sharpened around you. The system is being Jacob's trouble is being prepared around you while you watching TV, going to NFL games, worry about the Super Bowl. Jacob's trouble is being prepared around you. So therefore, when one event takes place, the government don't need to do nothing else. All they need to do is sit back and watch, because these people gonna lose it. And what Gerald Celente said, because I know we'll say that quote a lot. When you have nothing else to lose, you lose it. Well, that was from him. That's a Gerald Celente quote. When people have nothing else to lose, they lose it. And the thing is, the Lord said in 2 Esdras 5, I got one more to toss upon. That's pretty much it. That was
Come on, brother. Come on.
Because it's gonna say when hard times come, people gonna lose it, not just because the hard times, but because they won't have answers. That's kind of like what we talked about. Hard times coming, by way or because of the race to the digital system is gonna bring hard times. But also people going to want to revolt and riot and go lose it because they ain't going to have no answers. And that's going to be that famine of the word. That's almost in the scriptures too. You got it.
Yeah, it's almost like a new gold rush. And everybody rushing to get control of this AI, all of this new technology. Just, real quick, you seen the drones that they have in China now?
Live.
They go like 0 to 200 something kilometers, an hour. They're fast, and they do maneuvers in the air. They're fast, and I'm gonna do a video on it. But then they got one. It's a separate one that they got in the U.S. ESOP, and of course it's a weapon, and it's fast, and it's an assassin drone. They got assassin drones, and they just fly up to you and shoot a charge, a lethal charge, pretty much wherever. But of course, normally they'll hit you in the head, and it'll fly off. They got all of this shit right now, and this is why they need technology. There's no way you can sync up that many people to operate that much shit. A complete society, I guess, or cyber environment, where everything is interactive or tapped in, this Internet of Things. You need a supercomputer, artificial conscious type of shit to run it. But this is what they're trying to bring online. This terrorocracy. It's a terrorocracy. A rule by terror. And this is how they go. Oh, going back to that what we were speaking on earlier with the with this whole system and shit. Whitney Webb was talking about the pre-crime. That they're gonna be using the AI to run algorithms to predict who's gonna commit a crime, like you saw in Minority Report, or something similar to that. She said these are the things that they're planning. She didn't speak about the drones. I just saw that shit, and that thing blew my mind, bro. You ain't getting away from them. You can't get away from them. And a lot of them are submersible. But yeah, bro, if you ain't got Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, that's your ass. The Lord is really getting ready to make a man more precious than fine gold. You're going to find out why and how. But yeah, brother.
That's right. And throughout it to them two brothers, the brother Manazar put it, and Yahweh to put it. Sarah Adams. The brother Manazar says Sarah Adams is an intelligence analysis and targeter with the Central Intelligence Agency, or the CIA, as we would know it. But I put that video of us speaking. It's right here in the chat from I know Elder Manata Zagba. He posted it, but we played a different clip, and I was Elder Tazapah. you know, that she kind of said some other stuff. But go ahead and check that out, you know. But it's
okay.
about to be synchronized chaos. That was just step 2. That's what we're about to see, and that's going to lead to step 3, civil war. But I want to get this real quick because people going to lose it, not just because things going to be hard around them, because also the word will be gone, man. They will have no answers. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 8. It says, and there shall be confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be often sent out again. We seeing that. We seeing both of them right now. Confusion in many places, and is going to increase from here. And the fire shall be often sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places. We see that every like in CV19, when people was locked down, you had wild animals coming in the streets. It says, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters, and salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. And I like to make this point: if friends destroying one another, what you think enemies gonna do? What you think strangers gonna do to one another if friends destroying one another? This full-blown Jacob's trouble right here. But watch, it's gonna go into people really gonna lose it though. See, they already destroying each other right here, but people really gonna lose it when they ain't gonna have no answers. It says, and salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then, so look, after that, that's what then is. So after that happened, then, so after it's already fighting, it says, then shall wit hide itself. We ain't gonna better go on no highways and hedges at this time. But it's ain't gonna be making over, you know, you on the run, you a pilgrim in the earth doing a quick hit. I just want to do a quick hit, y'all. Shalom, I ain't gonna be alone. No, ain't gonna be no time for that.
Come
on,
ain't gonna be nothing, nowhere to post it to.
Right.
Yeah.
And then in that time, that wouldn't even be a smart thing to do to have your phone. They just gonna ping you off a 5G tower.
Right.
Come on, man. Oh, drone will come find you. Man,
you gotta toss the phones. Yeah, we really are the enemies of the state. Just like they showed in the movie with Will Smith. Would be wise to go back and check that movie out. They gave you some game in that movie. But the first thing that what's his name, Gene Hackman told Will Smith's character was to lose the phone. That's how they keep finding you. But yeah, bro, that's real talk.
Can I finish it? 2nd Ezra 5 and 9. And salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. It says, then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber. Meaning what? The Lord gonna take away the truth. One, the prophets from speaking the truth. He gonna, and see, it ain't gonna be Esau that's gonna bring the famine of the Lord is written in the Lord prophecies that he gonna do it. He just got Esau on earth passing laws for a way for it to happen. And the thing is, Esau won't be stopping the truth when he cut the internet off as he would think. No, it's just that everybody who the Lord wanted to hear that word, that's of the elect, heard it. Now they don't, that's it. That's what, 2nd Ezra 7. The ones who heard it, once they get sealed, that's good. You can do what you want to do. You can take away the word. Those who needed to hear it have heard it. But the point is, it says, then shall wit, and wit is your keenness, your focus, hide itself, and understanding shall withdraw itself into a secret chamber, and shall be sought of many. See, everybody gonna be looking for the truth, looking for answers. Why is this happening? Whoa, I thought it happened so quick. What's going on? People ain't see their children in days. They didn't see things they only seen in movies. They gonna want answers, and then they go, Ezekiel 33 and 33. Then they gonna know that a prophet have been among them, and guess where they gonna go to look for those prophets, and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. That's why, going back to what Elder Tazapah said earlier, now was the time to get this. As we touched on the article earlier, because it could be within 24 hours that it could be gone. 24 hours. And when you go down to the bottom of this, it says assessed in 24 hours, but we can remove when necessary. So it just let you know we just said that. We can take it off whenever.
Right. It could be a shit within 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to read it real quick. It says EU's hate speech rule will also be updated to force big tech. Look at that. To force big tech platforms to make sure hate speech is flagged and assessed. Assess is looking, they're going to look over it. in 24 hours, but they can remove it when necessary, whenever, man. It can happen like that. It says, so going back to this and I'll finish it. It says 2 Ezra 5:10, and shall be
But they
sought
go back to the AI. You know, why Esau gonna pay hundreds of people to sit there and scroll through countless videos? You know, how else would they catch it? AI is the perfect tool to do that. Yeah, they done put all of their eggs in this AI basket, brother. They know this is what they want or what they think that's gonna pop off. But yeah, go ahead.
Hey, so I seen a video the other day saying how AI already overtaking the people, but the people don't know it. Right now, people think it's cool. People think it's, it's all cute. They can make the AI pictures and, but he said in the example he brought out is how AI gonna start to give you all your answers. And I was even like, damn, because when he said it, I was like, damn, it is true. When you go to Google now, right? When you go to Google now, right up top of pine, I'm sure brothers or sisters on the comment board, y'all probably see it too. When you go to Google and you're looking for an answer, before this AI stuff, it'll bring up articles and things you can click on and links. Now, when you go to Google, let's type in let me see, how to catch a bass. Well, it ain't do it now. I wouldn't do it. But what's the first thing that's usually coming up, right? It's AI overview.
Right.
AI overview. And
that's what I got on WhatsApp. Some AI shit on the top of right at the top of the screen. AI overview.
Nah, I wouldn't do it, huh? See, Esau, boy. Now we won't need calling them out. He ain't doing it. But I'm sure brothers know when you go to Google, you type in something on Google and look it up. It'll type in, it'll pop up. Before you get to the articles, it says AI overview. They telling you first, and it's usually some solid information. So now you don't even need to scroll down no more. So again, now AI already giving people the answers, and they don't, it's just Chat GPT is all good. I could do it for my report for my class in college. But it says 2 Ezra 5:10, and shall be sought of many, which is the truth, and yet not be found. And then so now this when people really gonna lose it. Life around them gonna be hard. They already gonna be destroying one another. But when they don't have the answers, that's when they really go lose it, because it says, and then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth. Unrighteousness is a lack of unrighteousness is lawlessness. That's gonna be multiplied on the earth because people ain't gonna have the answers. And it says incontinency, which is a lack of self-control. People really gonna lose it when they don't know what's going on. On top of them being hungry and thirsty, on top of them not having no sleep, and they don't know what's going on. People already not hallucinating when you ain't sleeping a long time or eating a long time. You start seeing things.
Right.
On top of Jacob, you running for your life by people trying to get you, the troops. You probably seeing apparitions that the Lord is sending down, newly created creatures. Man, people gonna lose it. Go lose it.
I tell you what messed me up. Whitney Webb say that the AI be hallucinating. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that looks like, but yeah, that's what she said, and that threw me for a loop. Yeah, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy out here.
Man.
I just see
Slacky.
A lot of people talking about glitches and missing time and ending up in weird places. That it's some weird. It's weird out here. But yeah, what you saying?
Now I see that Atazaria, he just put in the chat, and Shalom, to the other Atazaria, Yahbashima Shabbat, to everybody who tuning in.
Yahbashima Shabbat.
He just put in the chat, he said, because he looked up something, on how to do something on Google, and the first thing pop up was the AI overview that told him everything. So, but the point is, Esau pointed out that AI we gonna give you the answers, and that's why it's gonna be even more precious to have the real truth, because people only gonna get what the government gonna give them or AI gonna give them. Just like it said in the time of Samuel. Salakia, you got it.
No, and that's what's scary. Go ahead.
Now, just like in the time of Samuel the prophet, it says that the word was precious in that time. Very precious in that time because they weren't getting no open vision like that. That's
Yeah,
how it's gonna
right.
be in this time. That's what you said. A man gonna be more precious than a finer gold because he gonna have that truth that everybody looking for. He gonna be at peace, and the people that's why in 2 Esdras 2 it says that the people go envy the elect, Lord willing, with a number, but they will be able to do nothing against us. The point is, why and how will somebody envy you during Jacob's trouble? Showing it can't be nothing spiritual that they can envy. They can't see the Holy Spirit in us, right? It's gonna have to be a physical difference between us and them. I'm talking about whether it's clothes, whether we ain't gonna be probably all bloody and beat up. Our face might not be sunken in because of a famine. You see, we might not be running around all pressure. Brothers' hair still might be, intact. Sisters' hair, right? But the point is, they're gonna see a physical difference between us and them in that time. That's why it's gonna be more precious because they like Denzel Washington in the Book of Eli, just like that. Why? Because it is truth, man. That's why it's important to have it now. And it says, and one land shall ask another, 2 Esdras 5:11, and one land shall ask another and say, is righteousness that make a man righteous going through thee? And it shall say, no. In other words, all across the world, it ain't gonna be no righteousness going on. And it says, and at the same time show men hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. And that's the time we're in. You know why they ain't gonna prosper? Because at this point in time, it's gonna be too late because the government already gonna have them at their knees. They're gonna be begging, just like in Egypt in Genesis. When
Right.
that famine came, Joseph, he got everything out them people, which is, it wasn't their wickedness as Esau, it was to preserve. But the people gave up everything in a hard time and just was willing to be fed off government assistance. And when they gave up all their resources, they said, look, we'll give up ourselves, man. Modern times, you putting your hand on that table for that sea help. People about to lose it, But you got it, Tyler Paul. So
Yep, yep. That's it, brother. I ain't got nothing. I save some for next week.
God.
Yeah. But nah, man, shoot. Nah, I'm good. I guess I will go out on this. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now let it will let until he be taken out of the way. The mystery of iniquity is Esau. All right. Paul was saying it doth already work because Esau was in power back then under the Romans. All right. We're under the new revised Roman Empire, pursuant to Revelation 13 again, when it says, let us make an image to the beast that did have the wound by the sword, or that had the wound by the sword and did live. That was ancient Rome. It was wounded by the Israelites, but yet it still lived. All right, because you had the Holy Roman Empire, and then the Edomites came back to fulfill Daniel 7. Well, really, Daniel 7 goes into it, but to fulfill going back to Romans 13, not Roman, Revelation 13 again. All right, and Revelation 20. When I speak about being loosed a little season. All right, that's when Rome came back into power during the Renaissance. All right, this is Revelation chapter 20. And I'm gonna go right to the point. Verse 7. It says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. Now, this is in reference to Satan's minions, his cohorts here in the earth, which are the Edomites, the devil. All right. They are the many Satans in the earth that does his bidding. They do the spiritual demon. They're Lucifer. When they talk about Lucifer, they're referring to Satan. Esau tells Satan and Lucifer, that's two different people. It can be. But when the Edomites are talking about Lucifer, they're talking about Satan. Now it can be who is that? Baphomet. It could be by all this or by all that, but they all go back to Satan. All right. And so this is why I'm saying with the capital S, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, but it's not actually Satan, it's his children, because they was in prison during the Holy Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Roughly early 300 AD to around mid to late 1300 AD. So that was the 1,000 years of the Byzantine, what the scholars dubbed the Byzantine Empire, which was the I forget the name of it. Shoot. But that's when Israelites was ruling, and they had took over Rome, and it became the Holy Roman Empire, and they ruled for that throughout that 1,000 years until the Edomites came back into power. And so that was the beginnings with the Borgias and all of that, them coming up through Spain, other parts of Europe, coming into power. All right, but that's the mystery of iniquity, the Edomites. Because you tell people today, and they haven't been initiated with the Holy Spirit, hey, the white man is the devil. It's still a mystery. They still had that veil on their hearts. And so when they hit a word, it don't register. You tell them the white man is the devil with all the atrocities that he's committed in the earth, and they'll want to fight you. They'll take up for this devil. And that's what I was saying. That's what's scary, is that you got all of these, not only Esau now, but you got all of these other mini Satans who think like Esau. That's why the scriptures say there shall come many antichrists. This is what we are. We're in a world full of antichrists. And they don't reason. They're like the dude said with the Terminator. You can't reason with them. You can't. There's no logic. They just, that's what these people own. What they say, demon time. So yeah, the mystery of iniquity is at work right now in our time. But it says only he who now let it will let the Most High until he be taken out of the way. And this is what we're looking for. The Most High to take this man out. He's in the way. Like I asked brothers, at class, why wasn't Jacob balling? He come from a balling line. His grandfather was a baller, Abraham.
Right.
We read about wealth from Abraham, by what he had. Then Isaac came. Isaac had the same thing his father had. Then what happened to Jacob? Same thing that's happening to us. Esau. This motherfucker is in the way.
That's right.
We're longing for the Most High, begging, we're beseeching the Most High to take this man out of the way so we can get our inheritance. He's in the way of our inheritance. But he will be taken out of the way here shortly. We just got to go through this fire to get what's ours. All right, to claim, for the elect to claim what's theirs. And verse 8 says, and then shall that wicked be revealed. All right, then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. That's where the prophets come in. And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. You see, capital S Satan, there are some whose coming is after the working of Satan, which makes them what? Satan. That's the same Satan we read about, Revelation 20 and 7. All right, his cohorts. So yeah, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. All right, he practices. This is why they get into Talmud and Kabbalah, because their coming is after the working of Satan. They get into all this, you know, Egyptian Book of the Dead, all of these books that Jake is mesmerized by. You know, you got to get this book, you got to get that book. And the Lord said, in making the many books, there is no end. All you need is the one. All you need is this one book, and maybe a few other reference books, but this is the only book you really need. But hey, anyway, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right. People they're getting ready to be swept up by these lying wonders. All right. This man's miracles through his technology. All right. Because he's kept you in the dark so long that you think all of this shit is special and fancy and shit. Like, yo, I ain't never seen that. When the technology that they had in ancient days blows this shit out the water. His technology kills you. The technology that they had in the past actually promoted life.
Right.
Right, because it was in harmony with life. This man being cursed from the earth, he cannot be in harmony with life. The earth is living. So if he's cursed from the earth, he's cursed from life. We come from the earth. Adam, Adama, of the ground, that's all of us. We come from the earth. So well, it said he's cursed from the ground. It's the same thing. So anything he does or puts forth is going to be death. And all people gobble it up. Hook, line, and sinker. But I'm going to leave it right there. This man, yeah, he's about to do a terrible work. And it's really the Most High doing it through him. All right. Right. We went into Psalm 17. I don't know if it was on the live, but last week it might have been out on the block. But yeah, no, it might have been here because you had called, or you had mentioned it and I brought it out. But yeah, Psalm 17, King David was asking the Lord to please deliver his soul from the wicked, the Edomites, which is his sword. All right. So yeah, the Lord is getting ready to swing that left hand with that sword in it, and it don't miss. So I'm just trying to stay off the target list, and that's it.
That's it. You can take us out. I don't have nothing else either.
Come well, all right. Well then, with that, we pray that you all were edified, and the water for tuning in. And Lord willing, we'll be here next week. Everything is so up in the air right now, you know, but we should be saying Lord willing anyway. But yeah, Lord willing, we'll be here next week. We ain't making no promises, but we'll do our best to get here if the Lord allow. So until then, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKadosh. And give honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, as well as the men who taught them. And peace and blessings to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. To the next one, y'all stay up, man. Keep pushing. Shalom.
Shalom. I just put an article in the chat for y'all. It's one of them about America's downfall. And yeah, that's it. But shalom, the water for tuning in.
All right.
Yeah, it just dropped like 10 minutes ago. We didn't get a chance to read it. So, you know, I'm throwing it so they could check it out. Another brother want to do a lesson on it, you know? So,
for sure.
Kind of with that, shalom.
Shalom.